LeBron and the Lakers have to be thrilled to be back home. He's still sidelined with Brez in hand. How are we doing, everybody?
Everything's good. Back home.
Yeah.
Feels good.
Good afternoon, James.
No golf. No golf this morning, but
no.
Early game.
Early game.
Early exit.
Yesterday?
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah, yesterday. Did you win some money?
Yesterday. Yeah.
We'll talk about it later. All right, West standings.
Thank you, Rosie.
Getting tight as we enter the final stretch of the season. You know, the Warriors and Timberwolves have won 7 games in a row. The Rockets are at 6 games in a row. The Nuggets lost last night to the Wizards after holding on to beat the Lakers. You got the Thunder, Grizz, everyone in a logjam there every single game as it comes down to the wire. Going to be tight, guys, and going to matter. Things are getting super tight with multiple teams in the West. Lakers getting some bodies back, but with 17 games to go, big game. It seems like everyone is a big one.
They're all big going out for the Lakers. But I was just looking at the effect that Butler has had with the Warriors.
Yeah, 14-1 since
They're steaming hot right now.
Yeah.
And, you know, the Lakers were in that mode as well, rising to second. And unfortunately, we got some players out, but it's tight. So every game that you play now is with a purpose, of positioning yourself, especially if there's any way that you can get home court advantage in either of these seeds. So, hopefully you get your players back and get back to, where you were playing. Luka is starting to, show that he's getting used to players. He's a weapon, man. It's like I told you, it's like having 2 Magic Johnsons on the floor with he and LeBron. So, Brez showed a good outing against Denver the other day. I'm not shocked that Reeves could control a game like that. But as we get players back, they have to put together some more wins to secure a good spot.
Yeah, as you saw there, Brez, the only ones out now are Rui and LeBron.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, and you look at the bottom of the screen. That's a good sign right there. I'd like to see a little L. James also coming back. Hopefully that's soon, maybe within a week or so. But it's good for them to get these guys back. And also a little, I don't want to say a break in the schedule. You still got 4 games and 5 nights. But Phoenix, under 500. What's going on with that team? Tomorrow, San Antonio, under 500. What's obviously a lot of injuries knocking that team way down in the standings. So it's not like a Denver-Milwaukee back-to-back. That was a couple games ago, and it's going to be a couple days from now. You're going to have that one. But for now, home, and you get some teams that these are winnable games. Keep all these guys back.
Big game. I want you to take a look at your monitor because the first time we have seen LeBron James on the basketball court, here he is warming up down at Crypto.com Arena, and that is a good sign, as Brez had mentioned. About a week away is what's being reported. I think some were targeting the Bulls game. That's maybe moving back to the Magic game. But really, until he tells us, we're just going to have to go off of what reports are saying. But it's good to see that right there.
Absolutely.
It's good to see him back on the court. And I know, one of the things that elevated his return, he's feeling a little better, is that his son, Bryce, just won state championship.
Was so cool. I watched the end of that game.
So
what a moment.
Congratulations, LeBron and Samantha for that. But, yeah, it's so good to see him back on the court. Those jumpers look about 95% of what we're used to seeing. He doesn't have a lot of spring. He's just kind of going through some good motion. But he's drawing a sweat. He knows his body very well. There's a little step back. You look for little things like that. It's just good to see.
Yeah, that's a good sign.
And the only 2 people are out now are what? He and
Rui.
So
and Maxi Kleber, but we haven't seen him at all since the Dallas trade. And Geet, that's a good sign. James, you're absolutely right. It's kind of tippy-toe shooting. What he's doing there. He's not exactly doing probably the full jump shot and everything, but just having him back is going to be such a huge difference. Obviously, the Lakers on a 4-game losing streak. Anytime you get LeBron James back, it's going to inject immediate life into this team. Hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. All
right, guys, let's get you live to Crypto.com Arena. Lakers reporter Mike Trudell is first on the floor. Mike, saw a video of your son mimicking you running in Denver. He was at his game running on the sideline. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, well, he was inspired by the work that you guys did, and he saw that if James Worthy is going to ask me to do something, that means that he should do it as well.
Yes.
That's the positive way to look at it. The negative way is that he was mocking me in doing it and saying, look, Dad, I saw you do this. Either way, it was funny. By the way, is Brez all moved in? Are we recovered? I know that was an issue last game, or everything went well on that front, Brez?
All good. Thank you. Yeah, a lot of boxes, a lot of stuff going on, but
good.
Appreciate it.
Healthy and available,
Healthy
like
and
President.
available.
Okay.
I'm upgraded from questionable
You're
to
available
probable.
today. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm happy to hear that. Well, look, along those lines, Brez, thankfully for the Lakers, all 5 guys that were listed as probable upgraded to available for tonight's game. And one of the biggest one, or today's, I should say, one of the biggest ones is Jackson Hayes, just given that he missed the whole road trip after suffering a knee contusion against the Knicks last time that he played in this building. So that's certainly something that J.J. Redick is looking forward to having. They missed him as a lob threat and the rim protection on the other end as well. So here's J.J. talking about Jackson.
The vertical spacer is massive, particularly it's not just in pick and roll, but it's on drives. Just the threat of that that Jackson has provided has been so good for Luka, for LeBron, for AR. So excited to get that back. I thought Christian played wonderful the other night, particularly in the second half. And I know I said after the game I put him in a tough spot. I didn't mean he shouldn't have been in the game. He didn't have time to set our defense. I'm still kicking myself over it because I ran over to see Dalton and got back to the timeout too late. But we should have had Vando in. We should have cross-matched and been Redding before and after. And just mistake on my part.
Kind of bigger picture, JJ. When you look at this, you guys are entering the last month of the regular season. Obviously, you've mentioned the playoffs remain the goal. What do you see, I guess, the needs are for this team in terms of what this team needs to do to accomplish that goal, and what are you looking for from them for over this next month in terms of progress? Process, whichever one.
Yeah, I mean, I would say I would like to get back to playing at a high level defensively. I think it starts there. I do believe we need to be whole for that to happen. Just the nature of our roster, it works when everybody's out there, and I think that's one thing. I think the health is another thing. But our identity that we built and that I believe will continue into late March and early April and through the end of the regular season is an identity built on toughness and playing hard and our defense. And again, when we're whole, we have a lot more optionality to play different ways offensively. So all that stuff goes together.
All right, guys, so Jackson Hayes obviously going to slot right back into the starting lineup, but you still do have to account for the absence of Rui Hachimura and LeBron James. We can assume Dorian Finney-Smith will get one of those 2 spots, and then we'll see what J.J. Redick does with the other.
All right, thanks, Mike. Appreciate